Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Paranormal The New Normal presents Paranormal Primetime. As always, Malachi and myself are back once again to continue our journey through the supernatural fandom. It's hmm, and this week we are reminded why we do this because we have two classic episodes to do. So, Malachi, why don't you do us the honors and take us the fuck away?
Okay. So I would like to point out that my dog literally almost ate my homework. But
Eh,
I got my dog before she did it. So okay, what are we at here? We're at season 3, episode 3, 33, the magic number. Let's go. This episode is called Bad Day at Black Rock. So hopefully Larry Fink gets sodomized by somebody. We'll see if that happens during this episode. But it was written by Ben L or Ed Lund. Ed Lund? Ben Ed Lund.
Edlund.
Which
Edlund.
I think this is a first for him being
Yeah,
like involved. And we have another major first coming up
yes,
in this episode.
we fucking do.
And then director, speaking of which, director Robert Singer. So this one starts off, we sort of see like a, prison. We're thinking Black Rock, it's a prison. And we see Gordon, which I almost named the other character that comes on later. And like, I think he's a bigger character. But he's met by this guy. They're talking on the phone in prison. And this dude, that was the dude, I've talked about it on our podcast, but there was this like TV drama thing that took place back in the early 2000s, and I was hoping you could help me. But the guy who plays Kubrick, he was Satan in that TV like 5-part drama
He plays
that I've talked about
who?
multiple times. Huh?
Michael Massey.
Hold up. Let me fix my. Yeah,
Uh,
the guy that plays Kubrick was the. He played Satan in this
you know who the?
fucking.
Okay, do you know who the fuck he was? He's the one that killed Brandon Lee.
Okay, I'm back. I think I'm back.
What?
What were you saying?
Do you know who this motherfucker is? He's the guy who killed Brandon Lee during the filming of The Crow.
Is he really?
He was holding the gun that misfired.
Well, that was like where somebody filled fucking bullets in the bullets that were supposed to be blanks, right? Kind of
Yeah,
like
well,
the fucking Alec Baldwin shit.
but the show you might be thinking about is Revelations.
Revelation. Okay. Yeah, I do want to rewatch that because, like, it's been bugging me. My wife and I just got off the road. Like we just got off the road, and then we were at my parents' house, and I watched this for, like, I don't know, 3 weeks, and then we were gone again, and I never saw how it ended, but it seemed like a really good fucking show. I had
Yeah,
no idea that he was the guy who shot fucking the Crow. Revelation.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, back on track here. So we got Gordon and the dude from Revelation. They're talking, and he's telling them about the Kubrick character. Kubrick telling Gordon about how, yeah, the whole fucking Devil's Gate shit opened, and fucking Bobby says that Sam and Dean were actually trying to stop this shit, and Gordon's like, bullshit, we need to go after Sam. Sam's a demon. And okay, so then we cut to Dean yelling at Sam for believing Ruby, because that's where we left off in the last one, right? Ruby's trying to make this deal with fucking Sam to get Dean's
She,
soul
she,
out of hell.
she who must not be named, motherfucker.
No, shoot, Booby. I mean Booby, 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 Booby. No, don't they? I
Nope,
thought they said
not
it.
yet. No, not yet.
Okay, you guys all erase that from your thoughts there. But he's saying like, why are we going to trust this demon? And then all of a sudden they hear this phone ringing, and it's not Sam's, it's not Dean's, it's their dad's phone in the fucking glove compartment. And Sam answers, "Yes, this is Edgar Casey." Couple of throwbacks in here. But they get the address. It's to a storage place, like what I'm in right now, in Buffalo, New York. And somebody had just broken into this storage unit. So then we cut to that guy Kubrick who was talking in prison, and another fella, which what was his name? Like McCready, I think.
Yeah, McCready.
And okay, so they're cleaning guns in this RV, and then the McCready guy sees this weird, like, bowl Jesus thing that, like, looks at you whichever way it turns its face. And fucking Kubrick's like, "Stop playing with my Yahshua." So a lot of cutscenes right from the beginning. Then we're back to Sam and Dean, and Dean goes on like, "Man, I've worked with my dad my entire life, and I barely know this fucker. Why didn't he tell me about this storage unit?" So they open the storage unit up, and immediately there's a devil's trap, there's blood, there's tripwire, all sorts of crazy shit. And there's two sets of boot tracks going into the storage unit. And that's when the boys find, like, Sam finds this little fucking trophy. There's a couple trophies. And Dean finds his first sawed off shotgun he made when he was in the 6th grade. So they're like, "Oh, Dad cared. He kept this stuff." Um, and then they stumble across these curse boxes. So not just ancient boxes, but they've got like gun boxes and fucking plastic drone boxes and all this shit that has weird fucking writing on it, and it's to keep whatever the fuck is in there in, but there's one missing. We see an empty slot and dust where there's no dust where the box was. Okay. So then we cut to again the two dummies who stole said box, and one of them, named Wayne, is bleeding out because he was the one broke one of them tripwires and got the gunshot fucking sawed off, or the shotgun in the arm, and that was the blood they saw in the storage unit. And they're fighting about it. The one guy's like, "Fuck this job, let's just open this thing up." They open the fucking cursed box that this lady's gonna give them. I think it was only $200, right?
That's all they were making. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're making $200. Wait for how much this bitch was gonna sell this shit for. But they find a fucking rabbit's foot, like a straight out of the 25-cent machine rabbit's foot. They're kind of fucking pissed. Then we cut to Sam and Dean. They fucking looked at the security footage. They found the license plate ending in 808 with the state. They find this car, so they're going up. And the two dudes are playing poker, and the dude who got shot, who touched the rabbit's foot, all of a sudden he's getting four of a kinds and royal flushes, and like, I think he got two royal flushes in a row. And then Sam and Dean bust in, and they're pretending to be cops. And the lucky dude who got shot, he hits Dean's gun out of his hand, and then that gun falls and somehow misfires and shoots Sam's gun out of his hand. And then it's just like all sorts of pandemonium. Sam and Dean are tripping up all over themselves. And then Sam touches the rabbit foot, and the bad guy's luck turns instantly. So, like, they start tripping up all over themselves, and Sam's gun comes right back into fucking his hand. Like, they slip, and the gun flies. He catches the gun. And so now they got the rabbit's foot. They're leaving. And Dean does the only logical thing after seeing said luck happen. They go and buy scratch-off tickets where fucking Sam immediately wins $1,200. And if you've ever played Scratchers, you know that's a pretty good number for your first scratch.
Yeah, it is.
So we cut back to the two dudes who stole this rabbit foot, and the original dude, the guy who was lucky with the gunshot wound, he walks over this bottle and he's like fucking washing his face, moving shit around. And then he steps back on the bottle, slips, turns around, and a meat fork for a barbecue goes right through his fucking brain. I thought that was a pretty badass scene.
Very Home Alone-ish.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So Sam and Dean call Bobby. They're trying to figure out what the fuck this thing is. And Bobby was actually the one who made the curse boxes for John. And they find out this is like some old world hoodoo rabbit's foot crazy shit going on. And so when you get it, you're lucky as fuck. But if you lose it, you're dead within a week. And they're like, well, we just won't lose it. And Bobby's like, you fucking dipshits. Everyone loses this fucking rabbit's foot. But the boys are already up to $15,000 at this point. So they go out for dinner. They tell Bobby, look into it some more, see if we can find out how to destroy this shit. They go out for dinner. And they end up being the 1 millionth customer of this fucking restaurant. So they get free food for a fucking year at this restaurant because Sam touched it. And they get their photo taken. Then we go to the two dudes, the two hunter guys. They're like trying to get food going, and the crazy Jesus guy, he's like, well, I got beans in the fucking RV, and he's like, no, we're not fucking eating beans. We're going out to get something. There's shit around here. I know a restaurant. So they start looking up restaurants in the area. And this is when we see a familiar face back at the restaurant with Sam and Dean, where a waitress spills Sam's coffee on the table. And then, Dean's like, hey, if you're gonna get any action, now's the time to do it. And that's when fucking Sam dumps his coffee on himself, and he realizes he lost the fucking rabbit's foot. Then we see said fucking familiar face walking out of the restaurant, and who is it? Maggie from The Walking Dead.
Yep.
I mean, that's a little crazy. We got two shows converging.
Actually, three technically. Well, two shows in a movie. Because I've seen this.
What else?
I've seen this on Facebook in a meme. Because her and Jeffrey Dean Morgan are in Walking Dead as enemies. They're both in Supernatural, and they were both in Batman. In the newest Batman movie, they play Bruce Wayne's parents.
No, hold up here. The fucking the one with the kid.
No, the new Batman movie with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. The kid. Come on, dude. We're old.
Well, he's not a
A
kid
little
anymore. Dude,
youngster.
he's not that much younger than me, I don't think.
He. They're the parents.
Yeah, they're the parents in the movie.
Oh my God. Hold up, Maggie. I gotta write this down to tell my wife. Maggie and Negan, parents, new Batman. Okay, cool. I'm gonna watch that after we're done here. I haven't seen that one a ton of times. We just went back through the Nolan one. Okay, so we find out fucking Maggie stole the goddamn rabbit's foot, and Sam's luck is all of a sudden turned to bad, like really bad, right? And now we flash back to the two hunters. They're looking for food, and who do they see? But Sam and Dean there holding their 1 year's free worth of food on the website of the shit they just wanted at. So they go back to the robber that's still alive, not the guy with the fork through his
Oh,
fucking head there.
I misspoke. They played the parents of Batman. They played the parents of Bruce Wayne in Superman vs. Batman. They were
Superman
uncredited.
versus Batman.
That's where they played the parents. They were uncredited, but they played the parents.
I
And that,
hated that one.
I didn't mind it.
So
It
I'm
wasn't a
just,
Batman. It wasn't supposed to be a Batman movie. It was
oh,
supposed to be a. It was supposed to be like
yeah, but
Justice League
we've got,
prologue.
yeah, we got fucking Bruce or fucking Batman branding people and shit. That was a horrible fucking movie.
That's Batman. That's the
Batman's
real
gonna
Batman.
kill Superman. That's fucking
He's
nonsense.
he actually in the comics always has ways to do that. He has ways to kill every member of the Justice League in case they get taken over by something.
See, that's where you fucked up. You were watching the Justice League. I don't read Justice League comics.
I read comic books, and fucking Batman has a way to kill everybody in the Justice League in case he has to.
Yeah, I do too. But like No Man's Land and all the other like fucking good Batmans,
Mm.
Asylum, and I don't read any of the shit that has to do with Superman. Superman, shit's lame. Okay, I will watch a clip to see that though. That would be cool. So they went back to the dude who didn't kill himself, and Sam is just being a fucking clumsy mumsy while Dean's interviewing this guy to find out where the fuck they got, like, who the fuck hired you to get this foot. And so then we cut back to those two hunters that just found out that Sam and Dean were at this restaurant, and we got McCready coming out with like a full tinfoil duck. Do you have any idea? I've seen that before. What is that? I want one.
It's just leftovers.
And they
Some
wrap
restaurants,
it in a duck. Have
some
you
restaurants
ever
just
had that happen?
no, but it was more of a '70s, '80s thing, honestly.
I want that. If you own a restaurant out there, bring that back. But then we got the other dude, the fucking Kubrick guy. He doesn't just think this is like Gordon sending him anymore. He thinks this is Joshua sending him. This shit all meant for a fucking purpose. So then we cut back to Sam and Dean, and Sam steps on gum. Bobby's talking to Dean, and Bobby, they find out that Bobby knows this Bagosi lady, aka Bella Talbot. And then this is the first. We got a first here. What's the first, Jeremy?
God, don't be an idiot.
Don't be an idiot. This is the first time Bobbert starts calling them both idiots. And then Sam loses his shoe. So, like, perfect timing for this.
In one of the most quotable memes of all time, I lost my shoe. Like
Yeah,
emo ass depressed Sam, like one of Sam's best moments in the series, honestly.
with like fucking demon blood ready to be the Antichrist and all this shit, and he just lost his shoe. But then they find out Bella lives in Queens. So Dean takes Sam and he drops him off in this fucking hotel room and he says, "Don't touch anything. Don't even itch your nose. Just sit here in the middle of the fucking
But
room." Uh,
you know what's
of course,
you know what
Sam itches his nose.
you know what the craziest part is though? They say
Huh.
Queens, that's like 2 hours away. I'm from New York. My brother went to college in Buffalo. Buffalo to Queens, which is in the city, is a 6 to 7 hour drive easy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard them say 2 hours in the show. I've never driven from Buffalo to Queens.
I,
So it's
I,
that
I,
far?
I'm from the middle of it originally. So, like, yeah, it's not even 2 hours from Buffalo to where I used to live. Like, it's further than that to where I used to live, for God's sake.
Is that due to traffic? Let's say
No, no,
Dean
no,
fucking
nothing to
hauled ass.
just distance. Just distance. It was two
Because I
hours to
know
it was 2 hours to the city from where I grew up.
New York is smaller than like fucking Utah, and I know like
New York is pretty fucking big, dude. It's wide and it's long.
we were in California, and like to drive from San Diego to like Likely, you're doing a full day, but that's like halfway across the country. So
Oh yeah, California takes up most of the freaking country, so
yeah,
it goes through the whole country. I mean, but New York doesn't look it, but it's freaking like I mean, hell, it takes you 4 hours to drive all the way through Massachusetts for God's sake. So New York's bigger than Massachusetts by far.
well, I know with the East Coast too, even here in Utah, everything's pretty much straight. But like when I was in Pennsylvania and shit, like the roads do these types of things.
Oh yeah,
Like there's no fucking like straight to it.
yeah, we got both here. I mean, it's depends where you are, but
Okay, so fucking Dean drops Sam off. Sam's itching his nose. He's like ready for the disaster to happen. Apparently, it takes Dean 6 hours to get to Queens, where we see Bella looking at Dean walking up in her CCTV footage. And she's like fucking waiting at the front door with her gun pointed at it. And then the alarm system is got this error code, and there's a post-it note that says "Look behind you." So we'll get back to that. Well, she sees Dean there, but we'll get back to that. Sam's in the hotel, and he's just fucking shaking, sitting there doing some shit. And all of a sudden, the AC starts acting up, and the AC starts sparking. Next thing you know, the fucking AC's on fire. Sam rips the curtains down, puts the AC out, and it seems like everything's in the clear until Sam's arm catches on fire. And that's when he ripped down those curtains. That's when the fucking hunters like are right outside of his window and they see him. So we're going back to a lot of cutscenes in this episode. Back to Bella and Dean with the gun standoff, and they're going, this is why you do this. You know about all this weird paranormal shit, and you're just gonna rob people. That's fucked up. Blah blah blah. And she's like, we're all going to hell. Let's make some money while we're at it. And that's when Bella agrees to give Dean the foot because they found out, a specific way to burn it and take care of it, and the curse is gone. And Bella agrees to give it to him for $1.5 million because she just lost her contract for 1.5. And that's when we found out that Bella actually found this fucking rabbit's foot by like asking or conjuring ghosts who had died from the rabbit foot to find out where it was. So I don't, do we ever, like, because ghosts are kind of just like a flashback,
she
right?
she she conjures spirits, not ghosts. There is a difference. Ghosts are trapped. Spirits can roam freely.
but the spirits were the ones who died from the rabbit's foot.
Yeah, or
So
once
she
who knew
like
about it.
brought him
Yeah,
back from like hell or heaven. Wouldn't it,
she wasn't bringing anything back. She was just talking to them. They don't even need to be there
but
for that.
like why not ask him what happens after this, right? Because that's a big question leading up for like 7 more seasons.
Hindsight's 2020.
Made no sense. Okay, so Bella says, okay, here we go. So this is where we find out they're still in this gun standoff while all that shit was going off. But Dean pulls out the rabbit foot from his hand because he picked her fucking pocket. And this is where she's like, fuck you, and starts shooting at Dean and can't hit him worth a shit. So then we cut back to the hunter Kubrick beating the fuck out of Sam for more info. And he's like, there's a army of demons. Bullshit, you don't have any information. So Creedy stops him from shooting Sam like right in the face. And then Dean comes in and he tries to tell him, like, no, dude, this isn't destiny. It's just a rabbit's foot. And that's when fucking Kubrick holds the gun to Dean and Dean throws a Sharpie marker right into Kubrick's gun. And all sorts of crazy shit starts happening with Kubrick and McCready. They're like falling all over the place. And Dean says, I'm Batman, bringing it back to the early
Which is
part of our
which is funny.
conversation.
Which is funny because he did voice Batman later on in Batman versus Red Hood animated movie.
Yeah, yeah, no, I saw that. I saw that. Um, so they get out of there, right? Dean's got the luck now. Sam's safe, and they're trying to destroy it. But as they're trying to get all the fucking chemicals or whatever they need to get to burn this fucking rabbit's foot to be rid of the curse, Dean is just scratching fucking tickets away, man. Winning some fucking money. He's got that Fedya in hand. And then so Bella holds them at gunpoint, and she ends up shooting Sam in the shoulder. And she's telling him like, I might not be able to hit you, Dean, but I got 100% accuracy on Sam. So like, you're fucked. So Dean throws the rabbit foot, and Maggie catches it. Just like, whoop, here it is, boop. Maggie catches it. So now Maggie has to destroy the fucking rabbit's foot because she's cursed too, right? She might be lucky at first, but she's going to die within a week. So she talks about how she's out $1.5 million and on the bad side of a psychopathic fire. And that's sort of the end until we find out that all of Dean's, what was it, $15,000? I thought I had it written in here. I think Dean had, no, maybe it was $45,000 worth of scratch offs, and Bella had managed to steal them while she had the rabbit's foot. I'm guessing off camera when she walked over to like destroy the rabbit foot, she fucking pickpocketed them. Not on camera shit though. But we end the entire episode off with Kubrick meeting Gordon back at the prison, and he like fucking now Kubrick. In the beginning, he thought like, oh, Sam was trying to stop it, and like this is all just a misunderstanding. But now he's like, no, Sam is Satan. He is the adversary. He is the adversary. And we finished with Gordon says, yeah, but first we got to get me out of here. The end. And that, how long did that take? Probably a lot longer than it should have.
Half hour.
30 minutes.
It's a good episode.
It was a great episode.
Which what would you rate it?
Man, I don't. I would give it a 4.5. It was funny. It was like a lot of fun humor. Like it was a good standalone episode too.
I'd
What
easily
about
give it
you?
a 4.7.
Okay.
It's one of the most memorable episodes of Supernatural by far. So there's that whole collection of episodes that are like hilarious, and that's one of them. But
There were
oh
some like fucked up parts where like Sam's shoe was gone, and then in the next scene he had both shoes, and like none of that shit I found to be
yeah,
like worth anything bringing up. So
nah, me either. But well, folks, my episode is season 3, episode 4, called Sin City. It's written by good old Bobby Singer himself and Jeremy Carver, and it's directed by Charles Beeson. And so, episode starts off. We see Dean helping Bobby work on the cult. For those who remember, the one that can kill demons. Sam finds some demonic omens and 2 unusual deaths in Elizabethville, Ohio. So they decide to go investigate, posing as insurance agents. They speak to Father Gill, who witnessed one of the deaths, a suicide in his church. They find. Oh, wait. Did I skip that part?
yeah, you missed the whole suicide, and that was the first part.
That's. Why is it? That's funny. Okay. But yeah, episode actually starts off with a nun putting Bibles away in church, and the father walks up, hands her another Bible, scares the shit out of her in the process, and and as they're walking out of the church in the next part of the scene, they somebody says the father's name, and they look up and they see one of a guy they know standing above them in the balcony, and he talks for a little bit before pulling the gun out and blowing his brains out, basically, while the nun screams. Title scene. But anyway, back to Bobby and Dean working on the cult. So the boys go talk to this father, and they find out the town, which is formerly is apparently a half-dead factory town, has turned into a lusty town with people gambling, partying, hooking, drinking, all good times. So they check into a hotel and they run into Richie, a hunter that Dean worked with in the past. They talk about previous times, and they go check out a bar owned by Trotter, a local businessman. They find the father bellied up to the bar, drinking some whiskey. Suddenly, one guy shoots another because he slept with his wife. The man then tries to kill himself, but Dean tackles him before he can do it. Sam hits him with holy water, and they find out that he's not possessed. So after everything quiets down, they see that Richie, the other hunter, disappeared. Casey, the bartender, seduced and took him back to the basement, a home owned by her parents, where we watch her literally turn his neck around like a freaking piece of a little stick. The freaking that was a brutal neck snap, really was. But and we see her eyes change, and yep, oh, she's a demon. Could saw that coming. But it goes back to Bobby, and we see him testing the Colt, shooting a target, and she who should not be named
Not be
arrives.
named. Not be named. Definitely not Booby
Uh, she
from the
shows up.
last part.
She shows off and offers. And at first, Bobby wants to shoot her, and then she's talking to him, trying to talk him down, and then eventually she's like, "All right, well, shoot me then if it makes you feel better, because that gun can't do what you want to do yet." And so he shoots her right in the chest, what she calls a scratch, and he offers to help him make the gun be able to kill demons again. We go back to Dean looking for Richie, and Sam is investigating Trotter breaking into his office. He gets caught breaking into Trotter's office in a very funny scene, and as they're talking about calling the cops, he tells them to hold on a second, and as he slowly backs away, he takes out the holy water and splashes them with it. But they both are just like, "What the fuck?" And they're both human. So he gives him his gun back after taking the bullets out and runs off to go find Dean. Dean has gone with the bartender to her basement, as he wanted to do since the beginning of the episode.
Dun dun
And
dun.
he finds out that she killed Richie, so he hides a devil's trap underneath her rug, which she falls for. He tries to start exorcising the demon from her, but she she is able to raise a wind that destroys the exorcism book, tears it to pieces, and it also traps him in the basement with her by causing a cave in. And they're basically now just waiting for one of their backups to arrive. It's just a matter of time till one of them does. And so they start getting close and talking, of course, because Dean still wants to get laid. And she tells him that she only encouraged Char to introduce things like gambling and prostitution because of its human's natural instincts anyway. And she tells him that the yellow-eyed demon was actually named Azazel. We finally officially learned his name in the series, even though I
Because
think we spoiled that in the
we
show a while ago.
yeah, we definitely didn't know that name if you're going to previous episodes.
Yeah,
Or Ruby. We don't know that name either.
but since Azazel died, the hordes of demons that escaped have been causing chaos because they have no leader. Since Sam didn't want to take on the role that was planned for him by Azazel to lead the demon army, she tells Dean that demons believe in a higher power, Lucifer. That they say they've never actually seen him, but they believe in him. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
They keep talking, and he starts to get some respect for Dean as she's laying in the devil's trap, stretching out her long, luscious body. Poor, poor, poor Dean. But like, honestly, why wouldn't you just go in the devil trap and fuck the shit out of her? That's what I'm saying. Like, she
Because
can't get
she'd
out.
kill you?
I don't know if she would or not. She was
Or hold
there.
you for ransom? Oh,
Might
Jeremy's dead.
it
Jeremy
might
is
be.
dead if that ever
It
happens
might
to
be
him.
worth it. It might be worth it. Just saying. But
Jeremy is dead.
Sam finds out where she lives by having to bribe another bartender at the bar a lot of money to figure out where she lives. And he searches her house, doesn't find anything, but he finds sulfur. So he knows that it's a demon thing now. He calls Bobby to tell him about it, and he goes back to the bar where he gets Father Gill to help him find Casey and Dean after having a very awkward conversation with the father about what Dean was doing. And he doesn't realize it yet, but we see the father's eyes turn all black when Sam turns away. So now we know that the father is a demon as well. Which, how does a priest get possessed? I feel like that shouldn't be possible. But
Yeah, I don't know. Was she wearing any I in the Bible, depending on which Christian podcast you're listening to, it says that people who are saved cannot be possessed by demons. So
I don't know. But basically, they arrive at the house Father Gill brings Sam to, and Dean tries to warn Sam about him, but they basically both start getting fucked up by his telekinetic powers, because why not? But Bobby arrives in the nick of time. Father Gill just throws him across the room. As soon as he walks in the door, he gets thrown across the room. And then he throws Sam across the room again, because why not? And the father breaks into the basement, and he releases Casey, revealing they have been lovers for centuries to Dean. He's about to kill Dean, even though Casey tells him not to. And when Sam finally gets down there, he shoots him with the Colt, killing the father. And he turns the gun on Casey. Dean keeps yelling, "No, don't do it!" But he shoots her anyway. And Dean looks at Sam like he doesn't recognize him because he's slowly turning darker and darker. And the town doesn't really change after they do all this. And Dean asks Bobby that Azazel asked him after Sam killed Jake at the Devil's Gate, is he certain that the Sam he brought back is 100% pure Sam? Bobby just kind of rubs it off and makes him says don't worry about it, but you could tell they're both actually worried about it. And as Sam is getting ready to leave, she who shall not be named
not
shows
be
up
named.
shows up and congratulates him on killing demons. And Sam reminds her that he killed two people in the process, and that makes him sad. He's a sad Sammy, and he threatens her with the cold. She reminds him again that she can help with Dean's deal, and that's where this episode ends. Which, eh,
I think this is like one of the first episodes where we kind of get that father figure out of Bobby,
yep.
like real strong. So that'll lead into it further.
Mm. And this is actually one first in this episode. It's the first time that they mention Lucifer or the Apocalypse. When when Casey is telling Dean that some demons worship Lucifer as their higher power, that's the first time we really hear about Lucifer, and they also introduce the idea why Lucifer was banned from heaven in this version.
The rising star.
But it's funny because they make Lucifer out to be basically what God is to humans, that no one's seen him, but they believe that he made them and he'll return one day. But
yeah, it's all funny when you know because let's just say we knew what Lucifer looked like. Kind of reminds you of that guy from Lost, doesn't he? Which looks similar to the guy who I was saying was Lucifer in the last episode.
Yeah. But yeah, and that's basically all I got for like hidden shit, really. Yeah, that's all I really got. I mean, there was a good Dick Cheney reference in this, but
well, everybody knew he was going to hell.
oh, it wasn't even about that. I forget what the reference was to him, but and actually, Casey and Father Go are the only two demons ever on the show who are linked by marriage.
I remember we did not do the Samhain episode yet, right?
No.
Okay. We got to watch that. Maybe not marriage, though.
Yeah.
But the Samhain episode gets a little close to that.
And actually, last piece of little trivia. The church they used for Father Gill's church was also the church used in I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Hey, did I Know What You Did Last Summer 2 come out yet?
I have no idea. I don't think so.
Have you seen the trailer for that yet?
I don't think I've ever seen the first one in full.
Really?
Nah.
I guess I'm a couple of years older than you. We used to ride our bikes down to the fucking dollar show when that thing was playing.
I mean, I was old enough to watch it when it came out. My mom would have let me. I just fucking back then horror movies like that really did nothing for me. I'm still not the biggest fan of slashers. Like,
no, yeah, I get
don't
it.
know.
It was the only thing playing in the dollar show during summer when we were riding up to the dollar show. So,
well, if folks, looks like you're in for a treat next week as well because we have 2 more Monster of the Week episodes. So it's going to be a fun.
Sweet.
And once again, you get another fucking good episode next week. God damn it!
What did you rate your episode?
Oh shit, yeah. I'd give mine like a 3.5. It wasn't that great, honestly.
That's exactly what I was giving it. I mean, it's worth watching. Just
it's storyline.
If you were waiting week to week, you probably would have had a little bit of a letdown. Good thing for all of you can stream it.
Yes. But that's going to do it for this week, folks. Come back next week and hear the next 2 episodes. We'll see you then. Have a good one, everybody.
Slán, everybody.